Hello and welcome to Friday with the Chakontas. I am Mr. Chakonta,
And I'm Mrs. Chakonta.
and we are back with our series on lyrics reacts. Right?
Yes. Yeah.
Yes, and we are going to look at another song.
Mm-hmm.
Disclaimer: we are not endorsing the songs. We're just trying to see how we can look at the songs in a different light and try to paint a picture of how that song is addressing certain elements of life
Yeah.
and how that song can be played, especially in relationships, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So, what's the song we're doing today?
Today we're doing Adele, Someone Like You.
Yeah.
So, so should I go straight into the lyrics?
Yes, yeah.
So I'll do a few of the first verses, maybe into the chorus.
Yeah.
So it starts off with, I heard that you settled down, that you found a girl and you're married now. I heard that your dreams came true.
Yeah.
Guess she gave you things I didn't give you. Old friend, why are you so shy? Aren't you ain't like you to hold back or hide from the light. I hate to turn up out of the blue uninvited, but I couldn't stay away. I couldn't fight it. I had hoped you'd see my face and that you'd be reminded that for me, it isn't over. Never mind. I'll find someone like you. I wish nothing but the best for you, too. Don't forget me, I beg. I remember you said sometimes it lasts in love, but sometimes it hurts instead. Sometimes it lasts in love, but sometimes it hurts instead.
Yes. This is the Adele song. It's a cute song, but when you look
the words and everything.
yeah, but when you look at it, I feel like this song is a very dangerous song. Personally, I feel like, because I think the first episode we talked about is the context of marriage is something that is sacred and that is something that we need to protect as much.
Yes.
This is somebody who's going into a situation of where she had a past relationship and now she's broken up with this guy for some reason. And now she comes and said this guy is the right guy, but this guy has moved on and he's in a committed relationship.
He's married.
He is a married man. Then she comes back and now causes chaos.
Yeah. Basically.
By her arrival. And I think this is a problem. That's why I'm trying to say, like, these things can be very challenging in the sense of we have to first be careful of what we do in our past relationships, because our past relationships comes with a lot of entanglements that we don't even know we have. That can actually be problems in our marriage, one. And two, that we have not really left, we always maybe sometimes fantasize about.
Yeah.
To the point of when things are not going on in this marriage that we are committed to, it's very easy for us to go and run to those.
Think of the past
as good situations. One example one of my friends basically told me was like, sometimes in a relationship, especially in a marriage relationship, like your spouse can give you 80%, but there'll be that 20% that they cannot fulfill. And ideally that 20%, I personally feel like that 20% that they cannot fulfill, only God can fulfill. But us as human beings will try to find somebody who can fulfill that 20%, and at the point of where we can leave 80% for 20%. And this song, her lyrics are basically tempting a guy to basically make that step of actually saying that I love you. I just want to tell you I'm not over you and everything like that. I respect where you are. And I'm just like, if you respect where you are, keep quiet, please.
Literally.
Just leave it. And I think when somebody, let's say for example, I'm a married man.
Yes, you are a married man.
Yes. I'm married to you.
Yes, you are.
But you are my ex. So let's say like you're my ex.
And you're married to someone else.
I'm married to someone else, but that someone else is still you.
He doesn't want to get in trouble later.
you're my
There's two of me.
You're my hypothetical ex.
I get you.
When you're saying these things, what are you expecting for me to do?
I don't, like sometimes you're not over him. And I think that's exactly what she's saying, because she's now reminiscing the words that he said to her. Sometimes it hurts in love. Oh, sorry. Sometimes it lasts in love. So the love lasts, but sometimes it hurts instead. So she's on the, it hasn't lasted.
Yeah.
And now she's hurting.
Yeah.
It's like she's still feeling broken. And she's still feeling sad, and she's reminiscing the good times or whatever. Or maybe she's gone out searching and she's realized, I ain't gonna get a man like you. And then she's just trying to get you back. And I think if I'd let you go, babe, I'll be trying to get you back.
And I mean,
okay, that was just me, like, just trying to vibe you. But
I'm married.
No, it's not. It's not okay. It's not okay.
It's not okay.
But I think this is also. I think for me, I'm looking at a girl who's not healed.
Yes.
I'm looking at a girl who is still like it. We don't know the circumstances of how they broke up. She might have done something. He might have done something. Whatever it is that led them to break up, she has not healed. So then when she sees him in another relationship, she's now like, oh, it really hurts. Like, it's painful, but I just want him to see me. Why? He doesn't need to see you one last time. Why? Because maybe inside you, there's a small thing that you're hoping that maybe if he sees me, he's going to change his mind. Why are you going to stir up problems?
Let me give an example. Do you feel this is infatuation on somebody? Like, let's say, for example, you feel that the love that you had, you're infatuating so much on the love that you had that you feel that you cannot have that love with anybody else. Even in the relationships that you go on forward, you're still reminiscing about this love. Isn't that toxic?
Yes, it is toxic in this sense, because I think, yeah, she is like still in love. Is you can say it's infatuation. She still has that intense emotional attachment to this guy.
Yeah.
And so it could be that she did receive when she moved on, she tried someone else and it didn't work. Or it could be she just totally never moved on.
Yeah.
But or emotionally she never moved on. Physically maybe she did. But for whatever reason, she is still obsessed with this guy. It suggests that time has gone on as well. Like the song, it feels like this time, I don't know, we don't really know the real setting, whether it's a week later he found it. Because the other thing, actually, to be honest, because we don't know, I don't think she says it in her song. She just says, I heard that you're settled down. Yeah. So it could be that it's just been a few weeks and he was able to just get over her.
No. But it says, I know you settled down. You found a girl. You're married now.
Yeah. So, but we don't know what that time frame is. We don't know when they broke up. So if they're broken up in the last few weeks, because babe, people do that.
Rote, are you listening to the lyrics?
Yeah. I heard you are settled down.
You found
a girl and you're married now.
How will somebody get married in a few weeks?
Baby, of course people do that.
No, we have to assume. Okay, let's assume.
No.
Let's assume in the sense of, if somebody is married, I think it's been a long time.
No, baby, I do not agree.
Okay.
Oh, you're trying to assume, but I think that us assuming in this situation, because we're trying to analyze it. So we've been looking at it with the comments we've made so far as if it's been a long time. So I'm just saying, actually, she has not told us that it's a long time. It could be something that happened recently. We're saying, she's not over it. Because I've been saying she's, you said she's infatuated. Yeah. She's still in love with him. She's not over him. But then, and we're assuming this has been a long time, maybe years. But actually, this could have been a few weeks. And babe, it does happen. Okay, people marry, and maybe he was, we don't know the situation. Maybe he was dating this woman that he's married to. I'm not saying it makes it okay for her to go and knock on his door and say, here I am. Yeah. I'm just saying you also have to put yourself in her shoes, because there are different circumstances in which she might still be in love with him. If they've been together for a long time and this is a man who now is either found a girl or maybe, has easily moved on, just like, because men do that and women, yes, they do that too. Actually, let me not be biased, but it happens where you've been dating someone for years and found somebody, they never proposed or they never intended to marry you. Now the next relationship, they haven't taken as long to get married and they're married.
But
so you'd be saying, so you can actually, I can actually feel sorry for her.
Okay, but can you read the lyrics where it says, look, you found a girl. I hate your dreams have come true.
Yes, babe.
I guess she's given you the things I could not give you.
Yes, babe.
So, but like, he's in a happy space.
No. No. But babe, I think you're moving on to another topic that I'm not addressing at the moment.
Okay. Maybe that's what
I am
I'm doing.
agreeing with you that it is wrong.
Mm-hmm.
But what I'm trying to say is, because my point the initial part was saying that this girl is still in love and has not gotten over this guy.
Okay.
But we also, I was saying that, you know what, we're assuming this has been going on for a long time, but it may not have. And therefore, it is not unreasonable to expect that she might still be in love with a guy that she might have been dating for years and within weeks or months has found another girl and gotten married.
Okay.
I'm not saying that makes it okay for her now to start disturbing the peace, but it does not take, if she was in a long relationship with this guy, it does not take 2 days to get over somebody, even weeks. It can take months and it can take years for some people to really move on and get over somebody. So I think we're just painting her in a light of, oh, you're disturbing the peace of marriage. But I'm trying to say that, look, we also need to give her some element of empathy in that we don't know the full story.
Okay, but
and
I understand.
She needs to be given room to.
I think your assumption is playing a part of where you're trying to just say, I need to give a benefit of a doubt. But I think also on the other side, Rita, I feel like on your side where you're not understanding is like, I feel like the lyrics also give you it's not a specific timeline like I am saying, but let's say, for example, it's giving a timeline of, I would say, let's give an example. If I was getting married to you, I wouldn't find you and just marry you within weeks. I would be somebody who's invested in you and try to get to know you. And if we're speaking it from a biblical context, we need to put it in this situation of how do we see this conversation in the biblical context, where like somebody just coming and saying, oh, I don't think I'm understanding you. Maybe
I think you're losing. I think you're putting two and I know what you're thinking because I know you, and I think you're putting 2 and 2 together, and then when I explain it, you're still putting the 2 and 2 together, and I'm like, no, babe, I think you're missing we're dissecting these lyrics. We haven't fully concluded. We have not come to a conclusion. We're still dissecting. So on the early part of the dissection and analysis of the lyrics, we're saying, I heard that you settled down, that you found a girl and you're married now. We have not been given a time frame because we started off by saying that she is in love and she's still infatuated with this guy. She still has deep feelings for him. Saying, oh, why are you disturbing a married man? Like, why? But then there's always 2 sides to the story. We only got her story. We also don't know why they broke up. We don't know when they broke up. He could have broken. And you're saying that we're looking at it, in time. And I do feel like from the lyrics, it feels like a long time. I agree with you. It doesn't feel like weeks. It feels like a matter of like a year or longer. But it could be much less than that. And if we're looking at biblical and we're trying to say, and if this guy did a whole Bible way of marriage, he could have just found a girl and said, I'm marrying you.
I agree with you.
So they may not have had that dating. So you can't assume that the next girl he moved to, he dated her for 2 months. He could have just dated her for a week and said, I want to marry you. Yes, you're the one. There they go.
Okay, go ahead.
So I do think that you're looking at it from, you're mixing the two. We're just saying, but I think we are both agreeing that regardless of how she feels, regardless of how long it has been, even if it was just a day, even if it was 5 years, what she is doing is not right.
Okay.
So we both agree that what she's doing is not right. The man has moved on. He is married now. She knows he's settled down, yet she's still, because of how she still feels about him and she's still not over him for many reasons that we don't know, her emotions are now causing her to act.
Okay, let me put an hypothetical here. Don't you think like for her, that's her process of healing? I need to tell you this. And her saying that is just the way she wants to say it. But now, are we putting so much responsibility on this girl and not the responsibility on the guy to not respond to her emotions?
Yes, I mean, they haven't told us how the guy, like, it hasn't gone as far as telling us how the guy could have slammed the door in her face. He could have told her, no, I'm not interested.
Yeah.
So we don't know. So I think, yes, in this scenario, married men, there is a chance you're gonna have women chase, even women that are not even your exes chasing after you.
Yeah.
It's vice versa with women. So you have a responsibility to say no and to shut that door before, to close that door before even the door opens.
Yeah.
So yes, so that the married, now the question, how does the married man respond to her?
Yeah.
And that is, he has a responsibility to just close that door because the door has been closed already.
Yeah.
But she's trying to open the door, and even though she's like, she's chaffing him, although she hasn't said it to him directly. She's like, never mind, I'll find someone like you. Most people don't say never mind, I'll find someone like you. Most people say
Like
never
you.
mind, I'll find someone better than you.
Yeah.
Who says it's like, you've moved on now. She's now giving you, what you felt like I couldn't give you. Never mind, I'll find someone like you. But it's hurting me. But I just want to see you one more time. No, what are you trying to see one more time?
Yeah, this isn't. That's what I'm saying. The words, sometimes, like, if you don't read the words, sometimes you don't see the distraction that she's trying to do. You know that. Sometimes when you're just singing the words, you're just like, oh, it's a nice song. But this girl is basically like
she's trying to steal someone's man.
She's trying to steal someone's man. Like the way, like Mario was trying to steal someone's girl in a different context. I think that was not in the context of marriage. But the problem here that she has is, she said he's married now. He's married now.
But babe, yeah. I don't know. I feel the pain for this girl. I'm not saying that I've said she's wrong, but these lyrics are deep. She's just like, because, okay, I might have gone further. Am I allowed to go further?
The what?
Further down the line of the song.
Okay, just say some of the ones which you, yeah.
No, because we've already, no. So this part was, you know how time flies.
Yeah.
Have I done no, I'll move that one. So, I hate to turn up out of the blue uninvited, but I couldn't stay away. I couldn't fight it. I had hoped you'd see my face and that you'd be reminded that for me, it isn't over. And then she talks about, we've already done that one. And then says, nothing compares, no worries or cares, regrets and mistakes. Their memories made, who would have known how bittersweet this would taste. And then, yeah, those are the main ones. And the rest, she's already said it. Like the never mind. Yeah.
So what makes you sympathize with her?
It's like, babe, a broken heart is hard.
No, but a broken...
That's what I'm sympathizing with.
Okay.
I think... and I think, babe, think about it. Think about it.
Why should I know about your broken heart?
No. You're missing my... I'm not saying that she's okay to go to the man. She should not attend an invited. She's not been invited, so she should leave the man in peace.
Okay.
But I'm saying that...
You say, okay, maybe we can be different here on the sense of like, look, are you saying that she's just writing these things? Or me, I'm saying that this is an action. I'm visualizing that she's actually gone to the door, knocked, and now telling him these words.
No, for me, I'm imagining. English. I am imagining her about to go. So
to say
I am
these words, but she's not said them.
Yeah, no. I am imagining, and I think this is really good. Actually, this is quite good. I am imagining her feeling these words.
Okay.
So I am feeling her, and then I'm then seeing her perking up the courage to go to his house. So right now in my imagination, I'm seeing her immersed or in her room, aching and crying and hurting, and she's like, I can't do this anymore. I am going to go to his house.
Okay.
So I am seeing a broken woman. I am seeing a woman who is crying. And what makes it even worse is that she knows she can't have this man. She's regretting whatever it is that happened in their relationship. And I am seeing a woman who's now like, there's nothing I can do. He has moved on. I'm actually seeing a woman who acknowledges that this man is married and therefore this is over. But at the same time, it's like the hope that she had when it's almost like she went away and then she came back only to be told that this man that you've been longing for and hoping that when you when you go back to this city is going to be there for you, is going to be there and single. Then she just gets told the news that no, he is married, and she's now looked online and he looks so happy, and she's just like, oh my goodness, he's married, it's a done deal. And then she's like, oh, but all the memories, everything, maybe if I just go to his house, maybe after he sees my face, maybe he would just be like, but then she's like, no, I can't do that, he's married, but at least maybe, God, please let me find someone at least like him.
Okay. I see this later. I see this, the lyrics as she's either gone to his house or written this to him. And she's basically telling him how she feels in this particular way. And I think these words, I'm not saying these are private words. I think you may think these are private. You're saying you're thinking of them as private words
with herself.
With herself. I'm thinking that these are words maybe that were private, but she's now giving them public to the same person and targeted them with these words and saying, I want you to know how I feel, and this is what I'm writing. I know you've settled down. You found a girl. You are married now. And it's basically saying, but I haven't gotten over you. That's what she's basically trying to tell him.
Yeah, I see what you mean. Because the way she writes that, I hate to turn up out of the blue.
Yeah.
Like it's almost like she is already there. She's like, I'm sorry, I've turned up out of the blue, but I couldn't help it.
Yeah.
So yeah, I see what you're seeing. And if you're seeing it that way, I see a woman who was basically me, the woman that I was describing now has gone, but she's still broken. And I'm not saying that it's okay, but it's a woman who is now allowing her emotions, because now, you know, how we feel is not always how we should react. Our emotions should not make us act. Our emotions should stop us, should tell us something, and then our mind, you know, we should sit down, read our emotions, and then act.
Yeah.
But I feel like she's acting out of her emotions.
Yeah.
She hasn't, what is she trying to achieve? Is she trying to steal him away? She hoping that he will now change his mind and be with her. And it's wrong. It is wrong. I mean, it's hard. And I think right now what she needs to do is get over the breakup. And that's going to be hard, but you will heal from the breakup.
Yeah. And that's why I come to the point of maybe she's infatuated so much about this type of love. Yeah. And she feels like she cannot find it anywhere else.
That she can't even aim. She's not even aiming for better.
Yeah.
She's aiming for someone like you. And I think that's like, or even someone different. Yeah. It doesn't even have to be better, but just someone different, or just someone who, you know, but to then say someone like you, it's like, there are not many people who are we have similarities, but there's a reason why we're all different.
Yeah.
And so if my goal is to find a man like Tomelo, I can say that there's certain qualities I want, and yes, they were in you, but then now I start looking for someone like you. You are an individual. There's certain uniqueness.
Yeah.
So that's going to be quite tough. And and that also puts her in a very difficult position, because she'll always compare her new relationship with the old one. Yeah. And this new one might never always meet the standards, even if it was even better for her.
Yeah. Let me give another example. I know this is something that maybe we don't talk so much about, and I want to be as sensitive as much as I can. What about somebody who's lost a loved one? And now you see that they're comparing their old relationship, and they're now trying to pursue a new relationship. Do you feel like sometimes, that's what I'm saying, it's hard for us to speak into this situation? What's the advice you would give somebody who's a widowed, and now they're now in the process of now saying, I'm ready to see, to put myself out there, because there can be actually complications of actually this in a particular way, not in the same way, but basically saying,
like wanting someone like that,
someone like basically reminiscing of their late husband, their late wife, and then every time they're comparing them to that person, and it's like now even the new person who comes is, they feel like they're competing with a dead person, somebody who's passed.
It's a very good question. I would turn it back to you.
it's hard. That's what I'm saying. It's hard for us. I can't really I can't really speak into that because it's losing someone is very difficult. And it's one of the most challenging things that you have to endure with. And I think when you lose someone, it's like it's not only the loss of that person, but the loss of the dreams that you had with that person, and the loss of also just you gave your life knowing that this is forever, even though you knew that it's until death.
Yes.
But you in your head, you're not imagining death coming.
Yeah.
And now you have to now understand. Okay, you now have to start to think about how do you now process that, and how do you now find another love? Because when you gave your love to that person, you were committed to them, and you were saying it's very hard to basically not compare anybody else towards the person you said I will love you until I die. But that other person has died. But now you're saying you're still living. How do you now process that aspect? And I think in that sense, I'll probably give advice and say, if that's a situation that you're going through and having challenges with, maybe the best process is not to pursue a relationship in that stage. Wait until maybe you are comfortable, or even maybe if you want to start, be also honest and basically say, this is how I feel, and this is how I'm struggling with this. And maybe the person who will come will understand your pain, and be able to listen to it in a particular way that God can give them the wisdom to be able to speak into it in a particular way. But this is a challenging situation.
Oh, it is.
It's a challenging situation, and we don't wish it on anybody else, but we know some people have actually gone through this. And our wisdom is our prayer and asking that God can give them the wisdom,
yes,
to address a situation in a particular way.
Yeah.
Because those emotions don't go away, those histories don't go away. And now, before you start anything else, make sure that you're comfortable to understand that God has allowed you to move on, but you also have to ask God for wisdom to understand that He's allowed you to move on with this history that you were faithful in, and you did it faithfully. And now, when you go into the next stage of your life, if your desire is to be remarried, do that faithfully and ask God to help you in that wisdom, because you're also coming with a different experience than somebody who's just single. Yeah.
No, that's true. That's true. Thank you. But yeah, that is.
Maybe you want to add something else?
No. I think you've said it all. I think this is a kind of situation where it's different but very similar, in where you can find yourself thinking like that, wanting someone.
And
like
I think we're not saying only we're just saying there's some words where we can take.
Oh yeah, they're like someone like you. That's
or
the
something
key.
like that. Yeah, and all those things. Yeah.
Okay. All right. No, that's a good one. That's a good lyric review, lyric react. It's given us something to think, food of thought, and that's the thing when you're reading. It's so fun because when you're now reading it and listening, and it's very different to the emotions that the lyrics. Because when you first hear a song, like you feel it, you don't really know all the lyrics word by word. It takes time, then you now get to understand the lyrics. So I can imagine. I remember back in the day, really like. Like you're really like feeling the song, and you're like, oh, actually I'm singing about somebody else's husband.
I know. And I think for me, that's the word that, like, basically the word you're married now, I think for me that's what pops out the most.
Did it pop up before when you knew the song?
No, I didn't even remember the married now, but I'm just like, when I think about it, it's like, when I thought about it before, it's like this girl coming and she's like left you, and then now you're already settled. I don't think I never even thought it was married. I was thinking it of maybe it's like the one we did the first review.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and now she's basically come and like she feels like she's got an opportunity.
Yeah. Yeah, I got you.
And now that opportunity, that's what I'm saying. Like, there's a difference between when you, as we said before, when can you steal somebody else's man, and
So this
when
is
you
a
can't.
no-no.
This is like a no when you can't. That's what I'm saying. That these words and the way they are enacting them, if this is what she's doing, then this is not pleasing in God's sight. But let's say for the other one, we can have a debate about it when, because we don't see where the blurry lines are. Because we're saying, oh, are they cutting? Are they doing A, B, C, D? We can take general feelings about how we should interact with our general human beings. But then we're just saying, but that's a general thing.
Yeah.
But then we're saying here is specific when it's telling you about being adultery and how you have to view it in the eyes of God.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
So yeah, it's when I saw that, I think it's a very, like, when I
Very
first heard
subtle.
it, yeah, but it's a nice song. And I know people always sing it, and I think it's one of, like, if you like even go through like YouTube, how many views does it have?
Oh, I'm not sure, but I wouldn't be surprised if it's in the billions.
And I think sometimes maybe some people will just say this is just music, but I think there's some people who just listen to music just for the sake of music, but some people actually are enacting these things. And some people actually believe these things. This is gospel to them. And this is what we're saying. This can be very challenging if this is a mindset, and if you're not actually discerning, and actually when you're listening to certain things and saying, oh, is that what they're saying? Oh, is that what they're doing? And all that stuff. And it's like,
I don't agree with that.
Yeah.
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 Because music, it's true. Like, you just listen to it, you like the beat, you like the thing.
Yeah.
But actually, I think we should be very, very alert to the words that we're listening to. So you know what you're dancing and what you're popping to, because it's not until now we've grown up and we're like, oh, that's what it was saying. Why didn't I hear it last time?
Yeah. So yeah. Anything you want to add to this?
No, thank you, mister.
Okay, so thank you very much for listening to our
Lyrics Reacts
or lyric review.
We'll get the right one.
Maybe you can help us with which one you think is the best one, dear.
Lyric Reacts.
Yeah.
Lyrics Review. Lyrics Reacts.
Yeah. And like we always say, thank you for listening. And we always say like, subscribe, and
share,
as well as also
follow us on
our other platforms, if
Instagram, Facebook, and TikTok.
Yes. And so until next time, take care and God bless, and bye-bye.
Bye.